Fine. So in this particular diagram, we are going to use Fleming's left hand. So let me name this as A, B, C, and D. Okay, that's the end of the coil. This is slip ring S1 and S2. Okay, so now here what we have is the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. So therefore, remember that I'm going to erase this arrow. So it is from the right of the screen to the left of the screen. That's the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. And as you can see from the polarity, that this is positive and this is negative. So the current is flowing like this. Okay. So the current is flowing this way. So remember that. Let us draw the direction of current on the wire so it's not confusing. Okay, right. So what I want you to understand is current is flowing from A to B and C to D. That's the direction of the current. Okay. Now, if we use the Fleming's left-hand rule and identify what will be the direction of the force that AB will experience. Okay. So if you take your left hand, again, the direction of the magnetic field is towards the left of the screen. The current is flowing inside, right? The current is flowing inside. Then the direction of the force, I hope you all are getting it right. It is upward over here, and the direction of the force over here will be down. So if anyone has not understood that, please ask. So we have the current flowing inside. So that's your middle finger pointing inside the screen. The index finger is pointing to the left. In this particular case, sorry, it is pointing to the north, right? So the middle finger is pointing inside, the index finger is pointing to the right, and this particular force will be right. Okay, so this way the force direction will be downwards. Just a minute. Okay, so you have the current flowing, the magnetic field directed from north to south. The current is flowing inside, so you have the direction of force pointing upward, right? And on this side, the force will point downward. Now, when you have a coil like this and one end of the coil is pulled up, one end of the coil is pulled down, what is going to happen is this coil is going to turn. So this coil is going to rotate. So when it rotates, you will see the following thing happening. Let me just erase this and let us allow it to rotate. Now, when the coil will rotate, you will notice that the current stops flowing. Okay, the current will just stop flowing. The reason is that this particular slip ring will lose contact with these brushes. Okay, the slip ring will lose contact with the brush. So I will just show you that. Okay, so in this particular case, just a minute. Right. So you can see that this is the case where there is no current flowing in this particular wire. The reason is following. Here, the slip rings, okay, that is S1 and S2, they have lost contact. So the current which is when the slip ring has rotated and it has lost contact. Okay, any questions? You have A, B, C, and D. So the current was flowing from A to B, B to C, and C to D. When there was a rotation and the coil became straight, so that means this is S1, this is S2. S1 become like this, S2 become like this, and the coil was like vertical. Okay, so I hope you agree with me when I say that this time the rotation is 90 degree. That means the angle the coil has turned is 90. Now, because of inertia, the coil which is horizontal, which turned 90, will turn, which will fall on the other side. And when this coil will fall on the other side, what will be the poles over there? This will be A, this will be B, this will be C, and this will be D. So that means this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree. That means now we have S1 over here and S2 over there. Okay, the coil has turned 180. Now 180 degree is also called as half rotation. It is called as what? Half rotation. So the coil was like this, it turned 90 and it turned 180. Also, another thing which has happened over here is, as I told you earlier, the current was flowing from A to B, and now it is, and it was flowing from A to B, C to D. But if you see what is happening now, the current is flowing from B to A. It is flowing from B to A, and it is flowing from D to C. So I will say that after half rotation, the direction of current is reversed. Okay, what has happened? The direction of current has reversed. Also, one important thing was the force was upward, and here the force is downward, and therefore the coil turned what is called as clockwise turn. Okay, if you see this, the coil has turned clockwise. Now, after half rotation, the split ring has made it possible for the direction of current to reverse, such that if you see now, the current is still flowing inside, the magnetic field continues to be on the left direction, so the force will be upward. Now, because the force is upward, the coil will continue to rotate in the clockwise direction. Okay, so because of the split ring, okay, what is the function of split ring then? A split ring is such that it changes the direction of current after half rotation, such that the coil can continue to rotate in either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is how a motor, DC motor works. And you know, where the axle is connected here, to that axle, if you connect like say a fan like this, okay, that fan will start rotating. If you connect any motor like a machine, that will start working. So that is how the DC motor works. Okay, now if you like allow this current to flow ahead, this motor will keep spinning like this. Okay, unless until you allow the current to flow. Now this rotations which are there can be made faster. How can you increase the speed of rotation? By increasing the current flowing in this. Okay, you can increase the strength of the magnetic field. You can increase the number of turns over here. Okay, so remember this, increase the number of turns and not the number of coils. What we will say, increase the number of turns. So either increase the strength of the current inside this, or increase the number of turns in the coil, or increase the strength of the magnetic field. Also, there is a soft iron core inside, so it will pull all the magnetic field of this magnet and allows the coil to rotate in that magnetic field. Okay, so this was the DC motor working, right? So in this particular image that you have, the current is flowing in such a way that this coil is turning clockwise. Now, if I change the polarities of this battery, I reverse it, I keep negative here and positive over there, then the coil will start rotating in the opposite direction. That will be anti-clockwise. So what the split ring does, it allows the coil to keep rotating in the same sense that it is rotating. If the coil is rotating clockwise, the split ring helps the coil to continue to rotate clockwise. And if the coil is rotating anti-clockwise, then the split ring also allows it to continue to rotate anti-clockwise. Okay, so the split ring, after every half rotation, reverses the direction of the current in this coil and allows the coil to rotate in the same sense. That means either clockwise or anti-clockwise. You understood that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, anyone?